I need a storage system for my vanilla world. And from what I can see online, there's not a perfect one that would fit all of my needs at the moment. So in this video, my goal is to set up a perfect storage system, and this is the first time I've done anything like this. I am pretty good at the create mod, but that is where my expertise ends. I am terrible at actual redstone. So here I am in a world download from a YouTuber named Mizuma Games. They have made basically an overpowered shulker loader storage system that loads in shulker boxes in a row, and then once those are full, we'll load in shulker boxes into a barrel here. So we're going to be using part of this system, but we're also going to change a couple of things from what Mizuma Games did. The reason for this is because I also want to combine this with a copper golem sorting system, and that's where some of the complications come in. So let's hop into the best visualization editor that I know of, MS Paint, and walk you through what the heck I'm trying to do. My base is going to be kind of like a big hallway on either side. We're going to have a walkway in the middle going up along here, and then chests, we'll do orange for chests on the side. This is going to be our copper golem sorting system, and then over on this side is going to be our shulker boxes, and this one is going to be Mizuma's existing storage system. I am fully stealing this from him because it's way smarter than what I could ever think of. And if you're interested about his storage system, I'll leave a link to it in the description for you to check out. But this side is going to be Mizuma's storage system. This storage system in my base is going to be able to hold 26 different items total. So not a lot of items, but a lot of those items. So we're going to have here stone, cobble, nether, rack. It's really hard to write with a mouse, but you get the picture. The big blocks that we're going to have a lot of go over on this side. Over on this side here with the copper golems, we are going to have literally everything else. The Mizuma storage system over here with our shulker boxes runs at 9,000 items per hour. And I would ideally like to keep it at this speed. And in order to keep it at this speed, we kind of need to do two things. First, we need to set up our input chest over on this left side, and this is going to be with our copper golem sorting. The benefits of this is that most of the items, like redstone and stuff, will go here and be sorted. Great. The only issue is that if we have, let's say, a shulker box of stone in here, we put this in the system, it goes up to our copper golems. It needs to then go through every copper golem system, and this is a really long hallway. So we're going to have like 4 or 5 copper golem drop-off points. So it's going to need to go through all of those to then get over to here. And that would then mean that there's almost no chance that we're going to keep up with our 9,000 an hour. So how do we fix this issue? I think I've found a good strategy where in our input chest, we bring everything up to our copper golem sorting. Our copper golems then do the sorting as normal. So they go along putting stuff in chests, etc., etc. So for our redstone, this is still going to happen. We're going to get redstone. It's going to go, let's say, into this chest. Fantastic. But our stone, if we just have it normal storage, will have to go through everything. How about instead, we have the first copper golem chest be for our bulk items. Then, when we put our stone in, the stone is going to go straight into this bulk chest, which can then route all the way around at 1 hopper speed to our bulk item storage. So it filters out every single item that goes in here, and we can do that because there's only 26 items. So we can fit that in a double chest for copper golems to sort. That all gets filtered out, and then we have a bunch of items in here going at whatever speed the copper golems standing can go. Grab items from this copper chest and put them in our bulk items chest. Now let's hop back over to our Minecraft world to try to figure out how to get the items from our input chest over to our copper golem chest. So we are back over in our Minecraft world, and let me walk you through our dropper elevator and the requirements that I need for it. I need a way to filter out shulker boxes, which Mizuma in his build already does here, where he uses a dropper, and if it's a shulker box, it can't be dropped out. So it goes into this hopper here. That is a perfectly fine system, except for the fact that then it gets droppered into a shulker box, which we then need to single hopper out. So the two problems that we need to speed up here is first, this shulker box needs to be unloaded at double hopper speed, And then also, if we get a shulker box here, it needs to be unloaded at double hopper speed. The shulker unloader, I think, already exists at a double hopper speed unloader, and then we might be able to use the same technique for this one. I don't actually know what that technique is, so I'm gonna have to do some research. A little bit of a progress update. I have a system that will, at 2 hopper speed, unload our shulker boxes. This, and I think this is expected, does not filter out our shulker boxes from other stuff. But let's drop in a shulker box with stuff in it, one with nothing in it, and then one with stuff in it again. Everything will be emptied out into this chest here at double hopper speed. Pretty darn good. I have a control set so that if stuff is in this hopper, and this hopper's filled and it's not going fast enough and the hopper minecart's too quick, it won't continuously drop shulker boxes here, filling up the hopper minecart and breaking stuff. So it's not gonna do that. It's a pretty smart system, I think. Yeah, it doesn't sort out our shulker boxes. This, I think, is fine because I'm pretty confident copper golems can sort out our shulker boxes for us. That will mean that from this copper chest, I'm going to need to, let's just build a little thing here. I'm gonna need to have 1 chest for shulker boxes and then 1 for our stone bulk sorting system. And then the remaining 8 on this level can be for the other common things. So I've started setting up where our chests are going to go. I may want to move these chests to where these trapdoors are. And then we have, I think this is 8 long. I'm gonna increase it up to 10 with, of course, our last one just being miscellaneous items that aren't actually gonna be used. So then we'll go all the way there. I want to put blocks on top of this, so just to make sure that copper golems don't think they can escape, because they can't. So now I need to get in sorting systems for our stone chest and our shulker boxes chest. I don't actually know what's gonna happen with these since these are unstackable. They should all be empty by the time they get here. So I won't need to worry about full shulker boxes or partially full ones. They should all be empty because of our shulker unloader here. So I have set up here our item elevator where we have our input chest, which is gonna be right here. And then a very, very simple, and it's just for our bulk item storage, so stone, cobblestone, whatever. And I think it's worth testing it now. And I'm already seeing a potential issue with my thought process here. Obviously, I wanted double hopper speed, and I was thinking, oh, well, if half of the items are the bulk storage and the other half is literally every other item in the game, it'll probably boil down to half, like 1 hopper speed for each of those 2 sections. Now I'm thinking though, we have double hopper speed for items that we put in. So let's say we put in a stack of cobble. We'll have double item speed for that. And we should see items going in there, cobble coming down here. And this will be double hopper speed. So this hopper is probably not gonna be able to keep up. Yeah, you can see already the cobblestone filling up too quickly. And I was thinking, hey, that's probably not a problem if, let's say, and let me wait for this to finish. I think it is finished. Okay. If, let's say, we put in a stack of cobblestone and also a shulker box with 3 stacks of the stuff, we will see, if it works correctly, our cobblestone going into here from the shulker box, and then 4 hoppers filling up this chest with stuff. And then this is going to overflow really, really quickly. Again, not entirely sure if that's an issue, but what will happen is, let's say we put another item sorter right next to this. This is going to overflow at some point. If we get enough cobble in here, it'll overflow and make it so that this will then back up, or this will then depower this redstone torch, letting this hopper go through. I'm going to stress test this by putting in literally a full inventory of stuff here. Let's grab you. We're gonna put in 2 of those shulker boxes and then just a ton of these. So we should be running at 4x hopper speed for a while. And then here, I just need to make sure I have enough chests so that these can empty out. Let's empty these just to make sure. So now let's speed this up. Can I do tick warp sprint? 1 day. Yeah, there we go. So they're going really fast now. This is continuing. This is filling up like crazy, which is expected, and this is still emptying. You can see there, that shulker box emptying out. We should have 2 more shulkers in here at some point. Oh yeah. This chest is basically full. And I think this is going to be one of the most common use cases for this little system here. Maybe that means we only need a single hopper speed system, because then it will just feed into itself. Let me switch to that, and then we could stress test it again and see if it'll work. So I have gone and made those changes here. We have our single item hopper speed shulker unloader, sorry, that goes into this barrel here. Our double item unloader for normal items. Can I not open this? Is that because a wall is there? Huh. Who knew? But this single item unloader still goes into 2 hoppers on either side. Then this one goes into the barrel that matches up with our shulker unloader so that they're kind of fighting over the same one, and then it stays at 2 hopper speed, and then it goes into this chest. I have also updated our bulk item storage here to be double minecart hopper speed. This is from a Mumbo Jumbo video. At least that's where I saw it. I don't know if that's the first one or what, but it works great. It goes at 4 hopper speed just to get the items out. What I'm gonna do is have these 4 hoppers go into a middleman chest and then have it be single hopper speed out of that. And that's just so that this chest doesn't overflow. And then I've also set up some kind of basic item filters for some of the different wood types that we're gonna want. And there's so many wood types. There are 12 wood types. This first page is wood. Oh my gosh, we're actually gonna need so much storage. I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm just shocked how much storage we're actually gonna need. I have also, and let's just go through here, set up a bunch of test shulker boxes, and then some of the ones that are mixed storage systems. This is empty, we'll try that one as well. And then all of the items here, I'm also going to try. So this should give us a very, very good, I guess, test for what we would maybe see when this storage system is running. So I'm gonna put all of this into this large chest. We're gonna see if anything bad happens. Oh, and one thing I should totally do is set up our hoppers here so that they continue to go downward, so that if something bad happens and let's say our filter items here go down into the next hopper, into the next one, they won't get stuck in these kind of filter hoppers. All right, so let's put these in and let's see it go. So this whole system is working as expected. We should be getting, yep, items in here. These guys are starting to sort. Fantastic. We should be getting in. Oh, it's actually gonna be a minute. So let me put in some shulker boxes in between these, because I think that'll make it more difficult to sort. That is what we're looking for. And then let's speed this thing up. So this is going to take a full Minecraft day, and we'll see how long it takes to sort everything here. Actually, doing relatively okay. Seems like it's mostly doing our bulk items here. And it is sorting everything else. Are you done? No. Okay, we're still unloading our shulker boxes, and we still have one left to go. Let's review this and see what happened, what went wrong. This looks exactly the same. I think that's working then. This is actually my fault. I should have set these slightly better. In our actual storage system, we're gonna have these set to the exact number of blocks that we need in order for this thing to not fill up here. In our use case right now, that's not happening, but if we just let it run for a second more, we should see, yep, we need 12 more. And the same is true here. But there we go. I think this is going to work. I have high hopes. I have really high hopes for this system. Once we have this in, I'm going to get started on connecting this up with the Mizuma Games storage system to make sure everything works together. We now have our main kind of item system connected up to our bulk sorter that I've accidentally placed hoppers over here somehow. But this is what it's going to look like. I do think I'm going to use white shulker boxes. I may change it to yellow, but that's kind of the only 2 options. And then we have each type of item storage down here, but we have everything working here. I've thrown in 2 shulker boxes of just random various bulk items that have been outputted there, which is great. And then everything else has been sorted. I've also set up a kind of relay system that brings items from this 10th chest here that can be accessed only on this side because of the stair here. I don't actually know if that's the case. Seems like it is for right now, but can only be accessed because of the stair here. There's an open spot for them. And then it goes down into this chest, which can then be continued along. And that means we only have a 1 block gap, which is kind of perfect for ender chest, crafting table, whatever. I feel like it's worth stress testing one more time before I even think about building this in my actual survival vanilla world. We have a ton of items here in my inventory. I am just gonna throw in everything all at once. These items, the first ones going in, are going to be our bulk items, and this is something I really wanted to test. If we have double hopper speed going into this, and filling up this chest here really quickly, do our hoppers have enough time to empty it all out? And let's just tick warp and see what happens. So ideally, oh, we don't want it filling up like that. That would be ideal. Oh, I'm checking it. Oh, it filled up, but not all the way. Okay, so that emptied out this chest and this one, both of items. So yeah, that was my concern. Okay, I've done a little bit more work and a little bit more research, and I think we found the answer. These are Overflow Protection item sorters. This was shown to me by a YouTuber that has one video with 50 views, but it's so helpful. What this will do is, here, let's grab just like stacks on stacks of dark oak, like way too much of it, and have this go. What happened before is that when this is too full, it would power the two on either side of it. Now that is not happening. As you can see, we only have the one torch, which means this isn't going to empty more, which is exactly what we want to happen. So I do think this problem is actually fully now fixed. And I think this means let's try to actually set it up in the storage system size and the amount of levels. So, because I'm going to have 2 floors on either side of this, and mostly to see if I run into any other issues that I find. Because I feel like I'm gonna. There's no way I'm done, but I hope I am. I hope the next clip is me being like, wow guys, it worked right away with no problems whatsoever. It has been a few more days and we have a storage system. This thing is absolutely incredible. I think it can store 2,000 different items and bulk store 30, and more importantly is super cool looking. This thing looks so sick. It works really well, and I think all the bugs are fixed. So let's go over the bugs that I fixed so that you don't face the same issue. In my previous system, I just had a stair block here, and I think I even say, oh, I bet you can't access this, and then I open it and well, maybe you can. Putting a shelf there seems to actually fix that issue. I don't think even I can. I lied. I can access it. It does not seem like, and I've tested this with probably a full double chest of items in here, maybe more, and it doesn't seem to ever happen with a shelf and a stair block there. So we still have the 1 block gap. It's a little bit different. The golems on this side now just stand on this copper chest and then open it from 1 all the way to the end, which is great. The next thing, and this was actually a pretty big one, was that this dropper elevator was too fast because it's kind of technically more than 2 item speed once we get shulker unloaders in the mix. So the 2 item speed works great and is fine. The problem is that if we get more shulker boxes than what can go in this hopper, and this dropper, then it's gonna back up in shulker boxes. So in order to fix this, what I have done is I've just grabbed a comparator output from this hopper here, which is going to have items in it whenever there's a shulker box unloading or anything else. And when that's powered, our droppers are also going. What this does is it just makes sure that whenever there's items in here, it will continue to power stuff. Once the items are gone, that means there's nothing in the droppers, so it can depower. The way I did this is just a piston with a redstone block at the end, powers this, which then powers this piston and makes this go regardless of if this comparator is working. I've also had that same issue over here, and I think I've fixed it. It needed to be 1 wide and not using any slime blocks or honey blocks because there are real blocks here. So I couldn't do what I did over there with the piston, but it seems to work where if there's an item in here, it will power this dropper elevator. And then once all the items are gone, it should depower it. So I think that's working. It's a little bit less consistent, so I may have to go back to the drawing board on it. But if it ever is running when there's no items up there, then I could just click this and manually turn it on and off. So it's not a huge deal. This massive hopper elevator going all the way over and stuff is for our shulker boxes. So these are, and I need blocks here, but these are bringing our shulker boxes all the way up and over. I'm gonna have decoration here to hide this, all the way over into this chest loopy thing to fill in our shulker loader. Unfortunately, and this was a mistake I made earlier in the video, in order for this to get refilled with shulker boxes, you can't just put in a bunch of shulker boxes in this hopper and have it go. It'll break a bunch of stuff. Instead, and this was already built into this system, this needs to request a shulker box to be sent from this magical counter system here. I'm gonna be honest, not really sure how it works. Mazuma Games goes over it. It's so smart. I just copied it. So don't even begin to ask me how the heck it works. It does, and that's all that I needed. We also then have some more item elevators up. This one was already the existing one for our items here. Those are going great. And then this one is up to our final copper golem line, where I've done all the same changes. But yeah, this thing is finally done. And since we've already stress tested the other ones, I did this off camera just because it's a big one. I wanted to make sure every single filter is working correctly, and it is. So I'm not gonna re-stress test it here, but if you wanna see it working in survival, definitely check out my videos coming soon, where I will be building this, decorating it, making it look pretty, and yeah, this is a big project. It's gonna be so fun. So definitely subscribe, like the video, comment, do whatever else, hype it up. That's a thing in YouTube now, hype up the video. You can do that. And I guess I will see you all in the next one, so have a good one.